Hello viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so today I'm making a retail store in The Sims, so that's exciting. This is for my Sims, since I want them, I need to use the Get to Work pack more often, and my whole reason for buying it was to have retail stores. But I really didn't do that since it's kind of difficult, and I've played with it a bit. I first used it as a cookie store, but now I'm using it as a bedroom store since I didn't want to have my Sims cook all the time. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about my trip to DC, which happened like 2 years ago, but I don't know if I ever told the story, but it was kind of funny. So we stayed like for 3 days, but the last day was like not good one bit, since we went to the, what's it called? Something with an A. But anyway, it's like this graveyard with a bunch of people in it. But anyway, so it's cold since it was March. I think it was the 7th of March, 2019 or 18. No, it was definitely 19. And it was very cold, and there was puddles all over the place. Since there wasn't any snow, but it was like wet and everything. And my foot got all wet since my shoes weren't like water shoes. They were just like normal shoes, water shoes. They weren't like boots, like rain boots or anything. And my foot like got so cold, and I thought I was getting frostbite. And I started like crying, and they wouldn't like stop talking. People kept yakking, and I thought for sure we'd go back after this, and then they started talking again. I'm like, oh no. And my foot is like gonna fall off since it's so cold. And I remember I accidentally stepped on this girl's foot, and now I think she hates me because of it, because in gym once she decided to step on my foot, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty purposeful. So that's not good. But yeah. And then I had to tell the teacher, I'm like, I think my foot has frostbite. And I remember walking back to like the main building, and my teeth were chattering, and it was just not good. And I just sat in the bus. My foot didn't freeze off, but that was not good. Oh my, and I forgot. That day, for some reason, I couldn't like poop there for some reason. And I went, since I think it was Sunday was the last day I went poo. And it was now Friday. So it was 5 days since I last went poo. And I was freaking out, and I didn't feel good because of that. And I'm like, but I just couldn't. I don't know why, but I was freaking out about that, and it wasn't very good. And then on the plane ride home, it was very dark and everything. And I guess the plane must have overbooked us all, since there weren't enough like seats for everyone, I don't think. But like the people, we were part of school, we had to be in the plane. And so I didn't sit next to anyone I knew. There were 2 strangers, and I was like sitting squished in between both of them, and I'm like, I don't like this. And then the flight attendants, they come up and they're like, how are you? And then they say my name. I'm like, how do you know my name? And I'm freaking out because I'm like, I didn't tell them my name. I don't know how they know. And yeah, and I'm just, it's weird sitting next to people I don't know. And it's only that was my first time ever flying. I flew, and that was the coming back. And so I wasn't like used to it, and it was just so scary. But then I realized later that I had a name tag on, and it said my name, and I'm like, oh, I didn't need to be afraid of the flight attendants, but I was, because I'm like, how do you know my name? Oh, but that was funny. Yeah, that was not the best day ever. Yeah, my foot almost froze off. I felt sick, and I was scared on the plane. I don't remember what else we did that day. I really like when we went to, what was it called? I don't remember the names, but it was like George Washington's house. That place was cool when we looked around. Yeah. Okay, I also had something else I wanted to talk about, and I think I wrote it down so I don't forget. Oh! It was how I became afraid of dolls, since it's like a long story, because I wasn't always afraid. But someday in 3rd grade, I went to Goodwill, and I bought this doll, and it's not like a Barbie doll of some sorts. It's like a creepy, maybe, I don't know what it was made of, maybe porcelain or something. It was very scary, but I wasn't afraid of dolls back then, so I was perfectly fine getting it. And I remember ripping off the doll's eyelashes and maybe eyebrows when I got it, and then it made it much scarier. And it was like wearing a wedding dress, and it was a very creepy doll. But I bought it anyway. And then the next day, and it was like actually the next day, my friend, we're sitting on the playground, and it's raining out, and she tells me this story, which I'm still confused if it's fake or real. I think she said it might be fake, but my friend doesn't even remember telling me this. And she said one of her friends got a American Girl doll for their birthday, and she was, or maybe it was Christmas, I don't remember, and she was looking at it, and like she was playing with it, but then she wanted to open other presents or look at other toys she got. So she put the Barbie doll, no, the American Girl doll down, and she like looked the other way and started playing. But then all of a sudden, when she comes back to look at the doll, since it was laying on her back, it's standing up and holding this like plush pumpkin, like a stuffed animal pumpkin. And for some reason that scared me a ton, and I became terrified of my new doll I bought. So I wanted to return it or get rid of it, but my mom's like, you just bought it. And yeah, I was so scared of it. And I had like this problem when I was a kid of like having to pee a lot, and so I always had to wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. But I was too terrified to leave my room in the middle of the night because I thought the doll would try to like attack me if I tried to move. So I remember just crying under my covers, and I needed to pee so bad. And I think I just ended up peeing my pants. But that wasn't good. And I just remember being so terrified. And my mom tried putting a blanket or a towel over the doll's head, but I was still terrified of it. And eventually we got rid of it. For a while it stayed in a closet, I think my parents' closet. But there was sometimes when my sister would run and she would take the doll out of the closet, and I would just start screaming because I was freaking out, like, why are you scaring me with that doll? But yeah, eventually I think my dad threw it away. Yeah, but that was a spooky doll, and now I'm afraid of dolls. Though I still play with like Barbie dolls, but those don't scare me. But if I watch like a video, because I know there's a video out there of these two Barbie dolls moving, and like the head switches, like, and it's really scary. Though if I just don't watch any scary doll movies, then I won't be afraid. So yeah. Oh, you know what's the worst movie in the world? It's Coraline, that weird creepy movie. I don't know why that's rated for kids. Like, it's just PG. I don't think so. I think it should be rated R for super duper scary and freaky. It's a terrifying movie. Okay, so I've watched like 2 scary movies before. The Silence of the Lambs and The Shining, which I know those aren't like really spooky ones, like scream out loud. They're more like kind of weird, scary ones. And the Shining one I watched was made for TV, so I think they might have cut some things out. But I just watched normal Silence of the Lambs. And I found Coraline scarier than both of them combined. It's so freaky. I don't know why that's made for kids. It's so scary, but who knows? Like, just watch it. You know, one of my first dreams I remember was actually about Coraline. And it was weird. So my sister was at school, and she was at the high school, but for some reason it was she was at the high school pool, and for some reason it was located at the elementary school. But anyway, so me and my mom and dad went to the school to pick her up from swimming lessons, and the pool's all green, which is very strange. And she has this friend, and she's like, no, don't go. So then we decide she can stay for a little bit, and it's weird. So me and my parents go back outside, and we went to the school on my bike for some reason. And there's only one bike, and we all rode it. And that weird guy that lives upstairs of Coraline, he was trying to steal my bike. And we got it back. And then we drove back home all on my bike for some reason. And I remember walking upstairs to like do something. And my sister's creepy friend is just standing up there. And she's like, she says something. I don't remember what she says because this dream was a while ago. But it was a creepy. Very scary. Yeah. I've never really had any nightmares though before, which is weird. Like that, I didn't wake up screaming. I did have a weird dream. Well, all my dreams are really weird, but like a different dream. It was I died. I like got ran over for some reason, but I was still alive. Well, I was a ghost, but I still lived in my house and I did like all my normal activities and I went to school, but just no one could see me because I was dead. And it was very strange. But then I was at school, and this happened in 6th grade because I remember it was in the 6th grade pod where it was located. And one of my friends, she looks at me and she winks, is straight dead eye, like right there, and just winks. And it's super creepy. I'm like, nobody can talk to me since I'm dead. And but then I find out she's like the, I don't know, leader of ghosts or something, and it's very strange. And then I wake up, and then I remember just sitting on my floor, like, because it was like really real, and it was weird and stuff. But yeah, I have so many strange dreams. Like just a few days ago, I was having a dream that there was a bunch of people in my house and they were playing this weird like tag game, but it was like deadly, and so I decided to run upstairs, but I was quiet about it because I didn't want anyone to hear me. But there was a bunch of cats in my bed because I was going to hide under my covers, and for some reason that didn't surprise me, like it was attached to this other dream I had or something. But I moved the cats away, and well, no, I moved the bed because I'm like, I should move around my bed. And there's a bunch of stuff under my bed. And like, now I know why I moved my bed, because there's a whole bunch of stuff there. But I decided maybe I should just throw it away. And so me and my cousin decided to throw it away. But then I accidentally throw away a whiteboard. And I'm like, no, I want to keep that whiteboard. So me and my cousin, we decided to go and dump out the trash and find the whiteboard. But it's a different trash can. And now we're outside and it's like really, it's cold out. And there's like weird like human guts in the trash can, and I don't find the whiteboard, but I find like this human head in it, and I'm like, this is what I need. Very strange, but yeah, that's the end of this video. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!